Hey man, look man, I just want to say, I do believe life is a collaborative effort. It might be obvious to say, but I think in practice, I guess I'll speak for myself, and also there's probably some people out there who also kind of get this sense of like, yo, I can do this by myself. I got this. I don't really need nobody. I can handle this, you know. Let's set aside the fact, like maybe you can do it. Why would you want to do it? Why do you want to do it? Maybe you feel like you have to do it. Why do you feel like you have to do it? You know, people feel like they don't have people they can count on. And I believe that's very valid and that's very fair. I also believe in like learning from like being disappointed, or you know, just people not living up to the expectation that you have had from them, whether that was fair or not fair. You know, just because it didn't work out with this specific individual doesn't mean you should stop looking, looking to fulfill that need, that want that you clearly have. You know, companionship is a real thing. I think the scariest part about companionship is the risk that it would fail. You know, but the benefits from like a very deep, intimate companionship is amazing. You feel me? So people will risk that, but some people also get burned and they'll try. Or some people will get burned and they deal with it whichever way they feel best protects them. You know, some people will cut off their feelings, won't look for it any longer, and others will continue to search. And hopefully, within continuing the search, we're practicing discernment. You know, we're becoming better judges of character. You know, that's the whole point about life. You know what I'm saying? It's in theory, I believe it's supposed to get easier because you learn, because in theory you will learn from the life lessons. You know, you won't not only make that same mistake, but it'll just teach you to be more cautious with your decisions. If you're paying attention, or you're really doing the knowledge. So that's like the best case scenario, but a lot of times, or for whatever gets the most attention are people who, for whatever reason, loses trust in a person or people or whatever situation, and then they just stop looking for it in anybody else, and they kind of close themselves off and treat the world as in, just go through life on defense mode and shit like that, and in turn protecting yourself, but not being empathetic to others. You know, a lot of times the situations we've gone through or been through can feel like it feels like those moments are like define us, or those are our identities, and I don't believe that's a healthy way to. I don't believe that's the best way to to look at that, man. Like, you aren't what you go through. It's at the end of the day, it's on choices, whether they're hard to make or on the outside look easy to make. Still gotta make them. And the thing about life is, it's constant choice after choice every day. But yeah, I think I believe in I really, especially now, I've been really in my Black history bag, I'm not gonna lie. And the one of the elements that I'm grabbing from, just kind of doing some history and doing the research on it, man, community is really everything. One, it's a basic human, it's a basic human necessity to where, you know what I'm saying, we're a species that you know what I'm saying, we have to huddle together to survive, man. We can't, it's innate, it's in our, innate abilities, and you know what I'm saying. So it makes sense to want community. So I feel like in that you have to start to understand what type of community you want to be a part of, bruh. And it's a lot less on the opinions of the community, more so it's the values and the foundation of said community, bruh. Like, you can be a part of different types of communities, and still have the same underlining, you know what I'm saying, the same underlining values. And whole time I have whole different opinions, bro. Like you could be a part of the music community and have different opinions, but still recognize that, we still respect the art. We don't call nobody trash, whatever the rules are, so whatever the standard is that we set for how we judge in music, because we want to be on the same page. So yeah, I think it's important. I think it's important. So that's why it's important. I think discernment is another superpower that humans have the ability to possess, like being able to judge. Like it's very obviously it's a thing to say, don't judge he without sin cast the first stone. I get that. I just believe, just me personally, I just believe, well, one, we make judgments every day, whether or not there's judgments and compliments. You're making it's an agreeable judgment that somebody would obviously love to hear. It's the critical judgment that people don't want to hear. But even in the court, man, it's the judge, his ruling is either guilty or not guilty. It's good or bad, so the judgment nonetheless. So I just think personally, man, it just makes sense it makes sense to have that's the whole thing about be the person that you want to see in the world. So I believe in that. So I believe I just it's certain characteristics that I look for in people, you know what I'm saying. And it's not really a judgment of good or bad. It's just it's just qualities that I prefer, you know what I'm saying. So I think that's a big thing with me going forward with friendships and just any type of relationship, bro. There has to be a certain similarity and values and morals and shit like that, man. It's important to ask questions. I'm a question asker. You know what I'm saying? I'm a wanderer. I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? And from experience, I've learned people love to tell their stories, bro. People love to tell their stories, man. People love to talk about themselves in a good way. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same way. Give me the floor. I love to, you know what I'm saying? I love to speak, and I love to listen. Yeah, man. Community is important, man. Just make sure you're vetting that community before you know what I'm saying, go full-fledged into it, because some communities are built on with a mean-spirited intention, so be very careful. But other than that, y'all have a blessed day, man.